Traveling on a budget may seem like a daunting task, but with the right mindset and a few key tips, it can be an incredibly rewarding experience. As someone who has traveled extensively on a budget, I have learned a thing or two about how to make the most of your money while still having an amazing adventure. So, without further ado, here are my top 10 tips for traveling on a budget. Tip number 1, do your research. Before you even book your trip, spend some time researching your destination. Look for budget-friendly accommodations, cheap eats, and free or low-cost activities to do while you're there. The more you know about where you're going, the better equipped you'll be to save money once you arrive. Tip number 2, one effective strategy for cutting costs during your travels is to utilize any accumulated reward points. Many prominent travel companies offer these points when you fly with them or book overnight stays at their hotels. It's crucial to enroll in these rewards programs prior to your travels, allowing you to accumulate points for future vacations. Tip number 3, be flexible with your travel dates. If you can be flexible with when you travel, you can often find cheaper flights and accommodations. Try to avoid traveling during peak tourist seasons, as prices tend to be higher during these times. Instead, look for deals during the off-season or shoulder seasons when prices are lower. Tip number 4, when it comes to accommodations, consider staying in hostels or budget hotels. Hostels are a great option for budget travelers, as they offer affordable dormitory-style rooms and often have communal kitchens where you can cook your own meals. Budget hotels are also a good option, especially if you're traveling with a group and can split the cost of a room. Tip number 5, eat like a local. Skip the touristy restaurants and opt for street food or local markets instead. Not only will you save money, but you'll also get a taste of the local culture. Plus, trying new foods is one of the best parts of traveling. Tip number 6, if you're planning on doing a lot of sightseeing, consider purchasing a city pass or attraction pass. These passes often offer discounted admission to popular attractions and can save you a significant amount of money in the long run. Just be sure to do the math and make sure the pass is worth it for the activities you want to do. Tip number 7, when it comes to transportation, consider using public transportation or walking instead of taking taxis or renting a car. Public transportation is often much cheaper than other options, and it can also be a great way to see more of the city. If you do need to rent a car, look for deals and discounts online before you go. Tip number 8, one of the biggest expenses while traveling is often souvenirs and other trinkets. While it's nice to bring home a memento from your trip, try to be selective about what you buy. Look for unique, locally made items that will remind you of your trip without breaking the bank. Tip number 9, pack light. Not only will this save you money on baggage fees, but it will also make it easier to get around. Plus, you'll have more room in your luggage for any souvenirs you do decide to buy. Tip number 10, don't be afraid to haggle. In many countries, bargaining is a common practice, especially at markets and street vendors. Don't be afraid to negotiate prices and ask for discounts. You never know how much you could save just by asking. Traveling on a budget doesn't have to mean sacrificing comfort or missing out on amazing experiences. With a little planning and creativity, you can have an incredible adventure without breaking the bank. So go out there, explore the world, and make memories that will last a lifetime, all while sticking to your budget. Happy travels!